Good morning, everybody. DJ Styles here at Custom Corpses. Okay, it's time to hair the mask. And as you can see, I'm outside doing this. I had to bring the light out here because it's kind of a gray day out. So, all right. So the first thing I did was this is the hair that I'm using, and it naturally pulls apart when you. As a matter of fact, I'll just do it. You grab the end where I pulled this piece off, and you naturally pull it. And wherever it breaks loose is your natural length. That's a natural length of this hair. All right, but that's the next row of hair. Then what I do is I take the scissors, and you don't want two frayed ends, all right? So I'll take the scissors and I'll cut this end off. I want it about 4 inches long, maybe a little bit longer, 4 inches long, about like that. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll use that on the next row. And the cutoff I use for like sideburns, stuff like that. I got a piece of acrylic. I don't. They're called gel. They're gels for lights. It's a piece of plastic. Latex doesn't like to stick to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the first bead of hair across this mask, just like that, right above the name, right above the name. That first bead of hair goes on. So I'm going to turn this. Now, the other thing I do is I take that strand of hair and I spread it. I spread it really wide. I spread it apart really well. All right, because you don't want that length there. So the next thing I do is I take the latex, which I'm probably going to have to refill this bottle at some point. Interesting. Piece of rubber sticking out of the. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bead across here. Maybe. I got a clogged tip. Been in there for a while. Okay. So we got a. Wow. Yeah, we got more than a little clog. That's old latex. I'm going to have to probably refill this. Wow, it's really stuck in there. All right. Well, that clears it enough to where I can use it. But the bottle has a little bit of a clog in it. It's old. I've had this latex in here for a couple of years in this bottle. But I don't want to waste any latex, trust me. This is mask latex. This is not Spirit of Halloween latex where it's so thin. This is a different type of latex altogether. This will cling to this latex really, really good. And I don't need my hair blowing all over the place. Wind, do not start kicking up on me. That'll really suck. All right, so we're going to put a bead of latex on this. All right, and then we're going to put a bead on here, right on the edge. Come on. Just a bead. Take your popsicle stick and mash it in. Mash it into the hair. You want all that latex to get into that hair real good. right, now we take that off of there. You stick it right on that bead. Okay, now I can take the popsicle stick to get the latex off my fingers. Whatever you do, don't get latex into the hair. You know. So this is a glob of crap here. Take that off of there. I don't care. I'll waste a little to save a lot. And you notice how thin that is. You can almost see through that hair. You don't want the hair way too thick, because you're going to waste a lot of hair if you do. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing to this one, but I got to make sure there's no latex in my hands. And the latex instantly dries when it hits your skin, especially if it's real thin. All right, so now I'm going to spread this. Man, I'm going to spread this apart.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just making sure. I was like, so this weird. What happened?
Spread it apart, and you want to make sure that you can almost see through it.
Okay.
You want to keep things thin.
Okay.
Keep it thin. All right, lay that down on top of that latex. It's about the same distance. Right there on that latex. Then we're going to take this and we're going to make another bead. See how fast that dries? Unbelievable. Okay. So I want to cover that where the hole is, but make sure yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get more latex. And you mash that into that hair real good, because you want that to be completely saturated inside the hairline here, because you want that latex to make sure it's grabbing all the follicles of hair, because it'll pull out. You don't want that to happen. Okay, still more latex there. Just pull it away. Put your hands underneath. Come on, get up, choke up on that. There we go. I'm going right across that. Now it's sticking to my fingers. Great. This is not the way we work. Where's my popsicle sticks? Okay. I gotta get this latex off my fingers first. I need this mask stand to be stable. More stable than this. I usually have a much smoother outcome than this. It's a little clumpy, but it isn't going to hurt because you're going to bury that. You're not going to see any of that. And what I'm going to do, come on, man, this is a mess. And the winds bother me a little bit. I may have to take this whole thing inside. Make sure that latex is in there real good. Okay. First line of herring is done. I came out here and there wasn't a breeze out here. Now all of a sudden it's going to start kicking up wind now, right? I don't need wind. Wind is not my friend in this kind of situation. And I'm hoping to now I'm going to go up. As this goes, it's going to get easier and easier. I'm going to go up about that far apart right here. We're going to narrow it down. And it's going to spread apart the line of hair. All right, so we just need to I'm just taking that latex off of that. Beading up on me, we don't want that. Okay, so let's do it again. Only I'm going to start right here. Go right to about there, right where the hole is. All right, because that's about right. Same thing. We take the hair at the end, grab it, and then pull it apart. Wherever it comes apart, that's your natural length of this hair. And you don't want to. I like this end better than this end, so I'm going to cut this end off here. I just like the way it looks. And this is a natural, and that's, you know what? Spread it apart. You want it real thin because I have to brush this out and I'll waste a lot of hair if I don't be careful on how much hair that I put on this. I want to be able to see through this as I can see my hands in this underneath. I want to see through that hairline. Come on, wind, go away. You're not my friend today. Okay. Got the bead on. always take the latex off the popsicle stick. I gotta tell you, this hair is sick. It's really awesome hair. I am not revealing what I use because call it a trade secret. Perfect. I ain't get no hair on me. Now this is going to look really, really heavy. By the time I get all the way up here, this is going to look like a lot of hair. And it is a lot of hair. But as long as you kind of stay to that method where and now this one went on really nice, and see how nice and smooth that is, and it's not balls of hair globbed up. That's what you want. That's what you want. See how globby that is? And I know what the problem was. I spread the hair out too thin and ran out of space is what I did. But that's okay, because we're gonna need some of this hair for the because all this gets kind of raked out and then cut a little bit, because the hairline is up around here, the first hairline. But it also gets brushed out. The hair gets brushed out really, really well. So don't like blowing through a lot of hair, trust me. Come on. Now overlap that just a little bit. Go. Now I see a little fuzzies on this end, so this is going to be the end that I trim. The one thing you definitely don't want is fuzzies, like fuzzed up. No, I won't use that because it's got latex in it. Really want that thin. I don't want it real heavy, because as these layers go on here, it's going to get naturally heavier and heavier anyway. But the objective is you don't want to see the scalp ever. These rows of hair, remember, you are dealing with rows of hair. So, and you notice how it's almost the same length each time. It's actually the exact same length each time. So my method is pretty good. The beads on there, and it also gives it a chance to firm up and dry up. And like I said, when I go to pour more latex into this bottle that I have, I can pause it and come back. You know, because I don't want to make the videos way too long. It's going to take a while to get this hair job done. Now the bead's a little thinner on this side because I already had latex down on the plastic, so it's kind of mashed through and wet on both sides of this now, which is really awesome. And every once in a while you want to clean that latex up off of the. So the first thing is we hit that there, there. Perfect. I just need to get it unstuck from my hand. And I don't care. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should use glue." I'm sorry. I think latex to latex is your best bonding agent, because latex loves to stick to itself. So using glue, I use glue on the hairline only, and the reason why I use it on the hairline is because. Now see how thick this is getting over here? We're going to comb that all out. Russ, trust me, that's why you have to make sure that these layers are very thin. But that is a really nice looking hair. That's a nice looking hair. I can't wait to see what this mask looks like. Now, hopefully by tonight, this should be set up and dry. I'm more worried about the tacky glue. It's called tacky glue. This is the stuff that I had to run out and go get because it was all dried up. This is tacky glue. I keep it upside down because this stuff's super thick. But I use that for the hairline because it dries ultra clear. And latex gets milky. It doesn't dry clear, so it's not good for the hairline. All right, so now I'm going to clean this off because I did this twice. We don't want these clumps of latex in the hair. Okay. Next strand, next row. Now we do the same thing. We go up a little higher. We go a little higher and just keep going, working away all the way around this thing. Always pull you want the natural hair fiber. So this is the end I'm going to cut off. You can pick either side to give you a straight line. You want the straight line though, you got to have the straight line. I get them scissors at Harbor Freight. Man, they're sharp. They're nice scissors. I got to tell you, man, I love Harbor Freight. I don't know if you guys go there, but man, it's an awesome place to. First things first, let's put a bead on. Come on. There it goes. A little clumpy coming out of here. I gotta. Probably going to have to put a different bottle, put together a different bottle, because this bottle's got a lot of latex at the top, gummed up. Now, because there's no glue or latex underneath, I had to put an extra thin. Really mash it into that hair. Make sure you're holding the fibers down firmly with this hand, because you're pulling. You're mashing and pulling it through the fibers. You don't want to make your line all screwed up. That was easy. Perfect. Herring a mask. So this is the end that I'm going to cut. Put a bead on there. Come on, man. I think I gotta open this up because it's... Let's see what I can do here. Bottle's got so much shit in it. Wow. That's a thick piece of latex there. There we go. Jesus. Man, that big glob was in there. What a nightmare. This stuff is not that great. It's pretty lousy. I might have to get new latex. Yes, I'm going to get new latex. I've had enough. This is not doing the job. Okay, this bottle's no good either, man. This stuff is, see it, look how, you see how clumpy and stuff it is in there? It's not even liquid. I gotta get a new thing of latex. All right, so I'm gonna pause this, get more latex, keep going. So there'll be 2 videos now, because I don't know how to sync them together. There'll be 2 videos. Part 1, this will be part 1 until I get the new bottle of latex. Alright, so I don't want this blowing away. It's going to take me a few minutes to put this together. Alright. That bottle's trash. I need a whole new bottle, if I even have something that I can do this with. I don't even know if I do have a bottle that I can put the bead on nice. But I'm going to find out. I'm going to have to dig into that room, and I'm going to have to make a new. The problem solved already. I hope. All right. So we'll see what we can do with this. I got a bottle here that might or may not work, but let me jump off of here. This is part 1 of the herring, and then we'll come back and we'll continue this video.